y'all doing? Very thankful for the opportunity to come down here and compete today. I thought Coach Cristobal and his staff did a really good job. They just played really good football. They played really good, clean football for 60 minutes, and it was a pleasure and honor to be able to play against those guys.
Take questions. We'll start right now with Aiden, then go to Chris.
Coach, just what went into the decision to put Ricky back as your starter this week?
We just felt Ricky would have gave us the best opportunity of being able to compete.
How would you evaluate just how he played today?
Sometimes good, sometimes bad. It was a mixture. It was up and down. It was up and down. He made a couple bad decisions, but then he also helped us keep the ball sometimes and being able to do stuff. So I think it was a mixture of both.
Chris, then Cooper.
Fran, I'm not sure I've ever seen 4 true freshman game captains.
Yeah.
What went into that choice for you?
Say that again.
The 4 true freshman game captains, Antoine, Demetrius. Why'd you pick 4 true freshmen?
We're building a program. I've been saying that since the beginning. I think I've been starting to think people aren't really trying to listen to me, but we're trying to build a program. I think those guys are accountable. If you go look at what they do academically, you see what they're doing in the community and just what they do around in football practice all the time. They compete all the time. Those guys are guys that people look up to. I don't really think it matters the grade they're in. It just matters their work ethic. And I think that their effort matches their expectations, and they got a lot of people following them, and we're building for the future. So I felt extremely comfortable, and the team felt comfortable being able to follow those guys this week. I think Chris Pill was with them also. There was 5 out there, but they only let 4 go, so Chris might have been there also.
And then there was a moment in the first half where it looked like you and Mario were getting into it verbally from across the field at each other.
We were just joking. It was nothing. I was just like, hey, let's play, let's keep competing, let's have fun. Right, let's keep competing. Fun. It wasn't really nothing.
Fran, there was another moment late in the first half when you went over to Ricky after he threw that pick 6. Just what did you say to Ricky in that moment?
Just keep your head up, keep fighting, keep pushing. I believe in you, and I want you to make plays. Come back out second half, just make some plays. Just make smart decisions with the football.
We'll go to Scott in front, and then Citrus.
Hi, Coach. Last year, you guys played the spoiler role and knocked Miami out of the ACC championship. Good performance by you guys, and then they came off a tough loss to SMU. Did you know that this was going to be a very hungry football team, knowing full well that they still have a lot to play for? Because you really played pretty competitive in that first half up until the last 2 minutes.
I just feel like we had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. I think they're a really good football team.
Right.
But I think that if you watch the game and you looked at it for 26 plus minutes,
right,
that you can see how good of a football team we are. I think that there's a few calls from the coaching staff that shouldn't have been called, and I think there's once you go through those things and eliminate that, and then you look at just a couple plays they're gonna make because they have playmakers.
Right.
We don't make that throw at the end of the half. I think the first play we should have ran the ball, so we run the ball right there. Clock's already running to get us out of the half. They may go in 7-0 and not 14-0. So to me, couple little decisions, but if you really pay close attention and you see what we're building
right,
for 26 minutes, whoever they are in the country, whatever they're ranked, that's the same thing that we can be ranked, and we'll go. And as I tell every coach when we go across and we're done, I'm gonna see you next year. So we're gonna get an opportunity to compete again. I love to compete. I'm very happy that we got a chance to compete, and they did a really, really good job. Take nothing from them. I thought they did an amazing job, and they were able to play 4 quarters. Coach Mario Cristobal has built that team to be able to fight for 4 quarters, and I got to continue to do the same with our young football team.
Coach, you guys had some obviously new coaches and new positions this week.
Yeah.
We should talk about throughout the week. How did you feel like they performed, the guys who were in new spots, and was there any type of adjustment in the communication?
I thought they did a good job all week. They did pretty well in the game. You got to really analyze and watch the tape though, because it's never as good as it seems and never as bad as it looks. Right, so I'll wait till I watch the tape to really be able to answer that question. But there was no mishaps on the microphones and things of that nature. I felt as though the players were with them. They coached them through the game, so they did a good job. And they're all professionals, right? Mike's a professional, Nunn's a professional, and so is Josh Gaddis. And if they weren't, they wouldn't be at Syracuse. This is a prestigious school that we have really good. Everything here is good, from the education to academics, faculty, staff, everyone that's that gets the opportunity to work at Syracuse is professional. He knows what they're doing, so we're excited about it.
Coach, what was Miami's defense doing so well to make things difficult for Ricky?
They just stopped us. I'd rather not really answer that. They just stopped us. They did a good job of blitzing, and they're really good defense. Coach Heatherman's a good dude. I know Coach Heatherman well. We worked together, and I thought he the same defense again next year. They did really well.
Take a couple more for Coach. We'll start in the fourth row, go to Chris, and then one more after from Aiden.
Coach, Joe Filardi beating him in the game late, going 3 for 3 in a score. What'd you like from Joe?
I was happy for him. I thought he deserved to play, especially after last week, coming in and having an opportunity to compete and play. And just at the end of the game, the game was over, out of reach, and let's let Joe go in and continue to play. Let him go in and compete, and he was able to go in and do that. I thought we ran the ball well today, right? And he was able to hit Talik the ball hard a few times, and then he was able to hit Ewash. If I'm not mistaken, who scored Elijah Washington Baker caught that touchdown pass. And I'm happy for him too, because he's working his butt off. He's next up at tight end, him and David Clement. So there's a lot of promise there when you look at all those guys that were on the field. I mean, just look at the freshmen O-line, the freshmen that were on the field at right tackle and right guard was both 6'8", 400, 340, right? Like, those guys can play ball. To the other side, you got Trey Mack that'll be coming back, and then you got Joe Cruz in the middle that's just starting to play center, so he's learning that. But I'm just really excited about the future. Very thankful for the opportunity we had today, and I thought Miami did a heck of a job, man. Like, hats off to them and the way they competed and the way they bounced back after that loss. I'm gonna go watch this tape and learn a lot from this film, so then that way I'll be able to take some of the tactics that they've done and be able to use to help our staff and our staff in the future.
Fran, what went into Matt Hahn sort of starting and then coming out after, I think, one snap?
Just something happened. The way we practice is all about core values. So it's the team rules and team things that can go, and nothing like bad at all. Wasn't like he done anything with police. No one gets in trouble on our team. But I think he might have came in 1 minute late to the position meeting or something like that. Came to the position meeting late.
Hahn did, or he replaced the guy?
If Han got the start, how will he come late?
Just make sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I think whoever he went in for might have he came a minute or something late to the position meeting, so it was just like, you can't do that, right? We got rules and things that we're trying to follow as we're building our culture. So the reason it was only one play is because Byron Washington was a man and came up to me and said, "Coach, I apologize, I was late." He told on himself. So it wasn't like nothing else, he came and told of himself. So when he did it, still consequences for it. So he was able to sit out, and he's a captain. So that's why he did that, and he acted that way. That's why we feel like he's a leader and he's a guy that we're going to follow on this football team, and he'll continue to progress and end up playing the National Football League.
And then when you look at Miami, a lot of their guys that made big plays were portal guys for them. They got out of the portal. And when you look at the production you got out of the portal this year, do you feel like you have to reassess how you approach it or assess guys any differently this offseason than you did last year?
To answer that would be disrespectful to answer that, to be honest with you. To just sit there and say that would be disrespecting my players as if they didn't come here and help us a lot, right? I feel like Steve Angeli was doing a really, really good job. And as he was playing and those guys were all connected, him and Jonte and a couple other guys were doing really well. I felt like Ferguson was doing well. He's hurt, so he's been out for 2 weeks. I feel like Austin Collins was playing well. He's hurt, so he's been out for some time. So to answer your question, I feel like those guys helped. Do you feel like they didn't help? I feel like they were good, but they were just hurt. From the defensive side of the ball, there's some guys that came. David Reese was almost unblockable today. Did a really good job of getting to the quarterback. Chris Pills playing good football. So, I mean, you might not think a lot of those guys are playing good ball. I think they do, and I think you kind of report with us every week. So maybe you should tell them if they didn't do as well in the portal as other guys did. But I think they did. I think they're doing a good job. I think they're playing good ball.
I was thinking more Rooks, Rice, Reese up until today.
Yeah, I think they're all great men. I think they all got degrees. Rooks already has a degree. He's about to get a master's degree. He'll end up being an athletic director or playing in the NFL. Rice is redshirting, so he'll be able to come back next year. And then Reese is a good player. Right? There's a lot of things that we do with them and ask them, So, I mean, I love my players a lot. They're my guys. I'm always around them. I would never kick anybody's back in and throw them under the bus. Right? I don't do that. It's just not how you should do the family, right? So certain questions that you don't understand and know, you'll never get me to throw anybody under the bus. And if they weren't developed right, then Fran didn't develop them right.
Take one more each from Aiden and then Scott to finish. One question each, please.
Yeah, Coach, on Monday you mentioned about adjusting the play style for the quarterback skill set.
Yeah.
Do you think you're there yet with Ricky, or is that
I thought they did a good job of adjusting and putting stuff in his hands for him to be able to go make plays. I do think that I felt as though they tried their butts off. They did a good job.
Oh, you know, Coach, you did a really good job pressuring Carson Beck. You got 2 early sacks out of him. And I really have to admit I was impressed with the defensive pressure. What are your thoughts about Carson Beck overall as a quarterback and the amount of pressure that you put on him to keep this game competitive early?
He's the mortgage man. I knew Carson for some years now, and I call him mortgage man. I love Carson. I think he's a good player. I think that he has a bright future, and Carson will be playing in the National Football League. He's super intelligent. He can fit any system. It doesn't matter what system you put him in. He's bright enough to fit that system, and he'll play football for a long time.
And what about the pressure that you applied on him early to able to get those 2 sacks?
He was helping me out because he likes me.
All right.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.